Today, on Be Something Wonderful, bend 3D conditions. Stand in your assumed reality no matter what. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Good morning, creators. Lots to unpack today. And lots of sessions yesterday, a few early this morning, and almost in all cases, all of these sessions were about the clients looking out at 3D conditions and wondering why they're still seeing that, although they're in their assumption or imagining their wish fulfilled. I really want to hit this because when you're looking out those conditions and asking why you're still seeing it, you are creating it, perceiving it, imagining it in that moment. They are not separate from you. And I know you know this, right? And I know these clients know this. But what's going on? What's going on is they're not taking a stand in their assumption, in their assumed reality, in their imagined end, no matter what. Right? That's what Scripture meant by don't judge by appearances. It's not saying not to look at the appearances. It's not saying hide from the appearances. It's not even saying denying the appearances. It's just simply saying don't judge them. Look through them. See the greater reality that you're creating. Stand in your assumption, right? Take a stand in your assumption and imagine that no matter what, hold on to nothing, as A Course in Miracles says. This is what A Course in Miracles says. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Before when? Before this now moment, because that's what's new, right? Those are all dead thoughts. They're old dead thoughts that you're remembering, that you're imagining, that you're creating in that moment. All unwanted 3D conditions are old dead thoughts that you keep alive by remembering and believing them. We're going to hit this today like we never have before. So this is what Neville says, Neville Goddard. If you don't like something or someone, do not look at them. Look within to the one who's causing the image, right? And when he means don't look at them, don't look at them as cause. He's not saying hide from them, deny them, run from them. Don't look at them as cause. You got to let them off the hook. You create it all. Don't complain, compose your reality. Don't criticize, create. Don't resist, persist in your new desired reality. I know they say what you resist persists, but I'm saying don't resist. Instead, persist in what? Persist in your desired ideal reality. Take a stand in that assumption. Whenever, it doesn't matter what you're complaining about. We think it's justified. We talk ourselves into that criticism. Oh, it's constructive. You're creating that reality no matter what. And if you take it, so instead, stand in your assumption, compose, create, persist in that assumed reality, and then that will be your reality no matter what. Do you really believe there is only one God who is in you in his entirety, and his name is I Am? Neville asks us this question in his teachings, right? Do you really believe there's only one God who is in you in his entirety? Remember, not part of God, not God sometimes. When you're looking at 3 conditions and asking, why do I keep seeing this when I'm imagining my end? You're assuming, you're implying there's another source, another God, right beside that God within you. There's no other source, but when you ask that, you're believing in that. There's I Am, and that's all, right? And all of that power is in you. So the entire power and wisdom of God is within you. All intelligence, all power, not just some power. To complain, to criticize, to resist, to rail against or sulk over. We had a few sulkers. We all do. I get it. We all do. Over any condition or event is to believe in secondary causes and outside sources. Source by definition means source. One source, one God, one infinity. There can't be two infinities. There's one, and you are the center of it. You are all of that. You're standing at the center of infinity in every moment, right? This is what Scripture says. Hear, O Israel, the Lord, the law being, is our God. The Lord, the law is one. One, as Ernest Holmes says from The Science of the Mind. It always gets back to that one. Matthew, Mark, and Luke, Jesus poses the most powerful question you could ever ask. In 3 out of the 4 Gospels, this is presented. And what's the question? I've hit it before, but we're going to really unpack it. Who do people say that I am? Why is he asking this? Because that's when you're looking at those 3D conditions, that's the question you ought to be asking yourself, right? And if you're seeing anything else but your assumption, say if you see anything else but that I am, then you're believing in 2 sources. You're believing in 2 gods. You're believing in a secondary cause. You're believing in 2 infinities or 3 infinities. There's only you. Who are you relative to the people, events, and circumstances of your life? Right? We're in the world of relativity. We're in the duality, but who are you relative to it? There's only one limitless life which returns to you, returns to the thinker, that he thinks into it, what he thinks into it, returns to it, what he thinks into it. This is Ernest Holmes, Science of the Mind. There's one limitless life which returns to the thinker what he thinks into it. That's it. So who are you relative to these circumstances of your life, right? And then in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, they told him, so Jesus asked his disciples, who do people say I am, the Son of Man, right? They told him, they replied, John the Baptist. Others say Elijah, but others say one of the prophets. I've talked about this, or Jeremiah even, right? But remember, that's what's happening. When you're looking at those conditions and asking why you're seeing them and why you're still seeing them, you're saying this, you're applying to your I am, well, it must be John the Baptist, or Elijah, or Jeremiah, or one of the prophets, who knows? Do you see that? You are reacting to the outer conditions, your own projections, your own images, right? And defining who you are. Are you reacting? That's my question. Are you reacting to the outer conditions, your own projected images, and letting them define who you are, right? Who defines who you are? You or those outer conditions? Who are you? That's why Jesus presses them. But who do you say I am? Forget about you. I get it. You're looking at those conditions and wondering why you're seeing them. But then you got to ask yourself the question that who am I? Right? Because that's the only question that matters. The world, these unwanted conditions are bearing witness to your inner state. Neville Goddard talks about that quite a bit. Those conditions are just bearing witness to who you are within. That's the true meaning here, like Jesus being divine. Right? You already know the answer. Remember, when Jesus asked his disciples, who do you say I am? He already knew their answer. He already knew what they were thinking. He's clairvoyant. He's all-knowing. Right? That's you. You already know the answer. But yet you look out at the conditions and wonder why you're seeing them. You already know the answer. The answer's within you. Those conditions are fleeting. They're temporary and they're changing as you're looking at them, right? So that's the true meaning here. Like Jesus being divine, you already know the answer. So remember, God always gives you a direct answer in the form of people, events, and circumstances in your life. Always, right? There's one infinite spirit, and every time you say, I am, you proclaim it. There's one infinite substance, and every time you move in it. There's one infinite law, and every time you think, you set it in motion. This really is based on the teachings of Science of the Mind, Ernest Holmes, right? God always answers 1, 1, 1. That's God's answer, 1, 1, 1. That's who you are, right? So I just want to show you, you're the individualized center of God consciousness. You're the individualized center of that one life. Here you are in your current frame. I always remember how I presented lifelines as parallel frames. Parallel lifelines with all these frames. But really what's going on? It's not parallel at all. It's all within you. All of these frames, lifelines, realities, they're not even parallel, right? They're going in all sorts of directions. You stand in the middle of all of them. So right here in this frame is always new. But yet you're attached to whatever lifeline you're on. You're attached to these old frames, these old dead thoughts. And then in that moment, you keep recreating it. But you can move anywhere in infinity. You are all of these, right? So when you're looking out, you're looking at a dead thoughts, dead reality, right? It's already over. Right? Before they call, I shall answer. I will answer. You get to decide in this blue frame, in this current moment, in this eternal moment of now. You stand in the middle of infinity. You stand in the middle of all potential realities, all infinite lifelines, all versions of yourself. And you get to answer the question, but who do you say I am? You get to answer it. Finally, Peter answers, right? You're Christ, the Son of the living God. It always gives me a thrill when I say that. You are Christ, the Son of the living God, the Son of that living consciousness, right? One with the Creator, right? It's flowing through you right now, yet we just hang on to those old images and wonder why we're seeing them, right? You can bend reality right here to anything you want to. By doing what? By standing there in the middle of infinity, in the middle of God consciousness, in the middle of creation, right? And take a stand in your assumption. Light up, right? Light up what you want. Where is it? What do you want? Light it up, and you will move to it. You must, 3D conditions must coalesce around your inner state, around your assumption. 3D reality must yield to your state. You get to decide. Bend reality. Take a stand in your imagined end, in your assumed reality. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for commenting and sharing the videos and liking the videos. Thank you for considering joining the membership channel. There's a link below if you're still interested. And for those of you who joined, thank you. Don't forget that we do have our first live stream this Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This Sunday, Pacific Standard Time, to take your questions. And I'm already sorting through all the questions. Then, following that, that's for the membership channel. Following that, the next Sunday, February 5th, at 9 a.m. Pacific Coast Time, right here in the U.S., I have the second live stream, and that's for all subscribers on both channels. So a lot coming on, a lot going on here. Don't forget, we also have a Facebook group, the Ambassadors, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors. You can find us there at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. You can get on there and share insight and guidance, or ask for insight and guidance with others. Also, we have an Instagram and a Twitter page at Tom Kearin, or just go to our website anytime for all that information and more at tomkearin.com or besomethingwonderful.com. Creators, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, see you soon.